Hello, good afternoon. My name is Nnena Ejimofor with the grassroots news. The state governor, Chief Emeka Ihedioha, has expressed disappointment over the sanitary condition of the state secretariats. Chief Ihedioha stated this during an inspection tour of the secretariat to ascertain its state and working condition of Imo workforce. Government House correspondent Witness Iheze was there and filed in this report.
Governor Ihedioha noted that the secretariat environment was not in any way conducive for the transaction of government business. He said a holistic measure would be taken to address the poor situation, to restore sanity in the work environment, as well as restore hope of the workforce.
All of us are going to be collectively involved to clear the whole of this environment. Will you agree or not? Head of service, all permanent secretaries, heads of departments, directors, mobilize your workforce to clear everything. Entraco provides vehicles. Your own job is not to provide vehicles. Just provide vehicles, but they will mobilize their workforce.
The governor, who went around the entire facility of the state secretariat, also noticed lack of power supply and pipe-borne water. He directed that a report of the situation be made available to his office for appropriate action. The state governor assured the workers of his willingness to restore the payment of 100% salary when the head of service and the principal secretary made available to him the sum total of the wage bill on assurance of improved service delivery by the workers. He also visited the new Justice Obuta Court complex, where he expressed concern about the uncompleted structure. He, however, assured the state chief judge and the registrar of his readiness to ensure the structure is put in use.
You are civil servants, you have to be paid. Yes, sir. A worker deserves his pay. Now, but the money has to be generated. I was telling head of service, I said there's need for justification of the money we pay you. That is why I have come. First, to assess whether the facilities are conducive enough for you, to give us return on investment. Secondly, on your part, because it's a contract. We employ you, we pay you on a monthly basis. We expect something from you. So what are those things we expect from you? Services. Am I right? Yes. So when you don't render services, that's a problem.
Earlier, the head of service, Mrs. Ama Elowa, said the state workforce expects a lot from the governor to improve their condition of service that will enhance the performance of the workers.
We are confident of the very high premium you place on the service. Indeed, Your Excellency, today's outing is a credible and eloquent demonstration of your avowed determination to reposition and reinvigorate the service for greater service delivery. Your Excellency, on their behalf, I say thank you.
At the State High Court, the Chief Judge, Justice Pascal Nnade, and the Registrar, Barrister J.C. Chinonye, thanked the governor and expressed the hope that his intention will facilitate the completion of the court complex. For Orient TV News, I am Vitalis Iheze reporting.
Back to the news. The state governor, Chief Emeka Ihedioha, has enjoined a member representing also in the State House of Assembly, Chief Ekene Nodumele, to justify the confidence reposed in him. Chief Ihedioha made a remark while speaking at the occasion in honor of the House member held at the Community Secondary School, Awo Idemili. The governor stressed the need for them to work together to deliver the dividends of democracy to the people of the state, as the job to develop the state is a collective one. Earlier, the member representing Olo, Oso, and Oru East in the House of Representatives, Chief Jerry Alaboso, said the people of Awu Idemili in Oso local government area, made up of 4 INEC wards, rolled out the drum to celebrate their own, which all of them embraced. Also speaking, Barrister Jude Odowa assured Governor Ihedioha of their resolve to give him their total support. Responding Chief Ekene Nodumele said he was overwhelmed with the level of support given to him by his people and promised them effective representation. He pledged his unalloyed support to the rebuilding of Imo projects. The occasion witnessed the presence of the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Dr. Chidi Collins, the Chief of Staff, Barrister Chris Okewolono. The State Governor, Chief Emeka Ihedioha, has extolled the leadership qualities of Obi of Onitsha, Igwe Nnemeka Achebe, that have revived the Igbo traditional institution Chief Ihedioha stated this when he paid a courtesy visit in his palace in Onitsha as part of his condolence visit during the laying of rest of Chief Anthony Chukwuka Iwenjora, the father-in-law of former Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Governor Ihedioha said the Igbos holds Igwe Nnena Achebe in high esteem following the inspiring leadership he has bestowed on Igbos. The governor said he came to condole with him over the demise of his subject and to encourage him to continue to give quality leadership to the Igbo nation. Earlier, the former president of the country, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, who was among the dignitaries, commended Igwe Nnena Achebe for his style of leadership that has engendered peace in Anambra State and urged him to sustain it. Responding, Igwe Nnena Achebe, the Obi of Onitsha, said that he was overwhelmed with joy over the honor done him and thanked them for the show of respect, particularly in this time of grief. Igwe Achebe said Governor Ihedioha is one of the finest politicians of the present generation and urged him to ensure he replicates the unequaled political dexterity in the governance of Imo and prayed God to grant them journey mercies back home. The governor and his wife, Lady Ebere, after the visit, joined the family of late Chief Anthony Chukwuka Iwenjora, the father-in-law of the former vice president and the People's Democratic Party's presidential candidate in the last general election, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, in the funeral rites at their country home, number 30 Okosi Road, Onitsha. A cross-section of Imo people has called for the enforcement of existing laws against perpetrators of child theft. In their reactions during an Orient FM radio phone-in program, matters arising, the people decried the high rate of cases of child theft in churches, schools, markets, and other public places, and called for effective security to check the ugly trend, stressing that security of lives and property should be everybody's business. The callers expressed dissatisfaction with the lukewarm attitude of some security agents over the protection of lives and property and enjoined them to alive to their responsibility. They also advised parents and guardians to be mindful of those who look after their children, as child theft is like an ill wind that does not blow anybody any good. IBC Joint Action Committee JAC, an umbrella of the industrial unions in Imo Broadcasting Corporation in Owerri, holds its general meeting on Wednesday, July 3rd, 2019 at IBC premises at noon. A release by the secretary, Chico de Ago, says attendance to the meeting is mandatory as important issues will be discussed. The remains of late Mrs. Fidelia Meze Emekwa have been laid to rest at her village, Ejimofor Amimo, in Ikedu local government area. Blessing Okereke was there and completes the report.
In his sermon, Reverend Father Nicholas Nwachukwu of St. Michael's Parish, Ikembara, said, "It is not how long one lived, but how well and his relationship with God." He said, "The good deeds people do, especially to their neighbors while alive, is what counts." Reverend Father Nwachukwu maintained that it is important for people to show love and kindness to one another.
Are we going to spend there 110 years? We're going to give 90, 40 years. If you have a man who is going to
The Acting Director General of Imo Broadcasting Corporation, Barrister Ezekiel Opara, who was represented by the Corporate Affairs Officer, Mrs. Ngozi Victor Ihekere, enjoined the Emekwe family to always hope in God and not to be discouraged because of the demise of their wife, and prayed God to give them the fortitude to bear the loss.
Well, we have known and heard from people far and near, and with the multitude here, is a testimony that the mother was really a set on earth. and I want him to follow the footsteps of the mother. With that, the family will be united and will take care of his only sister and the father as well.
The chairman of Nosawa IBC chapter, Mrs. Rosemary Duruji, implored the son of the deceased, Mr. Francis Emekwe, and his relations to continue to uphold the good lifestyle which their late mother was known for.
My advice to him is to have hope in God. The Bible tells us not to cry like those that do not have hope. So he should remember that the mother lived a very good life, as testified by the members. They are his groups. So let him not mourn like those that do not have hope. Then, because at the resurrection day, the mother will rise with the saints.
The chairman of the 3 industrial unions in IBC under the aegis of Jack, Mr. Paul Emerem Guinea, urged the bereaved to always look unto God for consolation. Speaking also, the president, Catholic Women Organization CWO of St. Columba's, Ejimofor in Ikeduru local government area, Adoma Maria Nnena Kazi, described the late Mrs. Fidelia Emekwe as a quiet and active member who participated in every activity of the CWO despite that she lived in Owerri, and prayed God to grant her family the fortitude to bear the loss.
Fidelia Emekwe is a quiet and good member. She always participates in everything we do here, despite that he is at Owerri. He's one of us. He lives at Owerri. She lives at Owerri. But whatever we do in this parish, she must surely come and stay with us and participate actively.
The son of the deceased and a staff of Imo Broadcasting Corporation, Owerri, Mr. Francis Emekwe, described his mother as a simple, hardworking and caring woman. He said that he would miss her mother's care, monitoring and guidance, and thanked the IBC family, friends and all those who came to commiserate with them.
On the role of motherhood, my mother took full control of her position in the family. She exhibited unparalleled mastery of the issues and cases before her and gave all that came her way a sense of belonging and opportunity to express herself. She cared for and had a great love for all. My mother, I can boldly say, left indelible footprints on the sands of time.
Orient News, Blessing Okereke reporting.
And that concludes the bulletin for this afternoon. My name is Nnena Ejimofor. Do stay with us again till it's 5:30 when we'll bring you the news in brief. Good afternoon.